Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. No, it's not Wednesday. Loca yo. Today is Thursday. Today is Thursday and it's May 19th, right? I always get it wrong.
Yes.
It is, right? Okay, cool. It is the 19th of 2006. It's amazing because
2016.
2016. Let's start this over. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Team Conquer Call. It is Thursday, May 19th, 2016. And I have my coffee in hand because I need it. I have not been sleeping too well, but I should know better news tomorrow. I will be going to the doctor to find out what the heck is going on. So I will update you guys soon. Okay? So we're still in the spring training mode for our team, right? At the beginning of this new quarter, we set up our goals for the new season, which is spring, and we're focusing on new beginnings, focusing on new. Ay, qué linda. Not. No. We're focusing on letting go of old habits and adopting new ones, right? So keep that in mind every time we come together on a team call, because that's the goal, to refresh ourselves. And today I was thinking, it's important sometimes to just press reset on our lives. And I feel like that's what we do. And that's my focus this season, in my business, in my personal life, in my spiritual life, and everything that I'm doing. So that's why today's call the title is Once Upon a Time, and you'll understand why in a few. But let me go over a few announcements. And in order for that, I need to share the screen. So share screen, Oniris, here we go. All right. So today I have the announcements that we're in the month of May and we have a few sales going on. Number one, we have Size, Insanity Max 30. The 3-day refresh is also on sale as of the 16th through June 9th. So one good idea would be to host a 3-day refresh group, a 3-day cleanse group for free. And then all they need to do is purchase the Refresh Complete Kit in order to participate in this group. And you would supply them with, of course, the support and the meal plan that comes with the kit, and it's a no-brainer. Anyone can lose anywhere from 5 to 8 pounds within those 3 days. And if you promote it now, that can be a great segue for Memorial Day. And then if you have any new groups that will be starting at the beginning of the month, that's a perfect way to then take those people that joined you for the refresh group and bring them over to the new group that will be starting. I have my next group starting on May 31st. You can choose May 31st, and if you're going to be promoting it next week, then start the date the week after, the first Monday after that, in June. So also, that 22-minute hardcore is also available for $140. And what I'm doing is, in order to speak to people, since none of these 3 programs come with the container system, what I'm doing is I'm purchasing the container system on the side. And if someone purchases a complete challenge pack program with me, I am sending them as a gift the 21-day containers, because every meal plan, like the Size, Insanity Max, and 22-minute hardcore, all incorporate the meal, the portion control containers. So it's in my best interest and the person to help them get the results by giving them the containers. Okay. As you heard and you've seen, that Norris and I have been putting out this event. It's called Women, Celebrating Our Womanhood, Embracing Our Body. We're going to be meeting up in person this weekend, Saturday, at Ann Taylor Loft in the district, in the Flatiron district. We're going to be there from 12 to 4 p.m., but really, 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 we need you to be there from 12 to 2 o'clock, so that you can participate of the activities we have planned out for those first 2 hours. We'll be mingling, and
Cassie,
we
where are your
will
headphones?
we will be um we will be also, there will be like little munchies, finger foods, veggie dips, and stuff like that. So come ready, come, and let's just, even if you can stop by and just say hello for a few hours, 1 or 2 hours, that would be great. You don't have to shop, as we've mentioned. All you have to do is just stop by and say hi. I have invited a few prospects, about a few people that I've started to speak with, and I have never met in person, and they are just followers of mine on Facebook or Instagram. And within our conversation, I'm like, you're in New York. Why don't you stop by? I'm going to be here. It's a public place. I'm going to be surrounded by people, so I'm safe, right? So you can do that too. Just extend the invitation to somebody who you feel can also benefit from being in such environment, okay? Also, for those of you who are Emerald or above, please note that there is a diamond workshop happening in the city, and I would love it if you would attend. But you have to be an active Emerald or above, and very close to heading to diamond. So if you are that person, it doesn't matter if you're not my personally sponsored coach. Just reach out to me, let me know, and I will speak to you about the details. That is happening on May 28th at 6:30, and it will be in the Times Square location. We all know Summit is happening, and a lot of the spaces are still opening up, and there is space for all of us to attend. So if you do not have your ticket yet and you have not confirmed your track, please contact Beachbody and make sure you have those arrangements happening, because come July 28th, you see all the pictures, you're going to want to be part of that amazing experience. So feel free to reach out to me. I will give you more details, and we can talk more about it. Okay. Now, on to, I don't know if anybody has any questions, feel free to type them in the note section, and I will go over any questions you may have. Again, this is our team call, so this is our perfect opportunity to connect and answer and, go over anything that is pending. Okay. So as I mentioned before, we are focusing on this call that it's once upon a time, and I felt the need to go over the importance of understanding that we are storytellers. And once upon a time, our life was not where it is right now. And once upon a time, our dreams were asleep. And once upon a time, we didn't even know that this opportunity was available to us. And it feels like we freeze at the chance to be able to share our story with others. And we forget different pieces of our lives that have made an impact, a huge impact in our lives, that has made us, that has shaped us, that has helped us see who we are and the people that are surrounding us, and the importance of whatever it is you're focusing on to share. So today I want to basically break the myth that you're not a storyteller, or that you don't have a story, and that you're not feeling successful because you just don't have anything to say, and you just are afraid of being a salesperson. And I'll start with myself, and you all know that about me. I did not come into this fitness business because I thought of myself as a salesperson. All the contrary to that. I considered myself a teacher, and I considered myself someone who was in this world to serve other people. I wanted to help others, and I felt passionate about mixing my love for fitness, my love for helping other people, because I felt that this was a perfect tool, a perfect avenue to help others feel free and feel confident once again. So I never feel as if though I am selling anything. Yes, I'm exchanging goods, because of course, we have Shakeology and we have a challenge pack, But that's not my initial purpose when I have a connection with someone. My true initial connection with someone comes because I need to help them. And I have an emotional connection because I was depressed at one point. I was emotionally attached to food. I had emotional disorders that I still till today have to deal with. And I understood that by taking control of my health and my fitness and my nutrition and holding myself accountable through programs and community support groups like these, I was able to feel free. I was able to find that there was more to life. And once I saw that, then that made me realize I can't keep my mouth shut. I have to share that with other people. And if you don't know, you've already been sharing your story just by the way you live, just by the clothes you wear, just by the type of music you listen to, just by the movies you watch. Your story is there. What you need to do is become a little bit more confident in sharing that story with others. And if you're part of our chats, you'll understand that I've been helping a few of you kind of connect those pieces that help you connect the dots that help you tell that story in a more clear fashion. There has to be a connection that you make in your emotions, and you cannot connect like to someone. Like, I don't connect with people that have eating disorders. Like, those are not my stories because I've never had an eating disorder. I don't know what anorexia feels like. I don't know what bulimia feels like. So you will never hear me share a story about that unless I'm sharing a transformation story from somebody else and it comes from that person's perspective. But I can only connect with people from my personal experience, from my personal feelings, from my personal circumstances. So the first point is you have to have the emotional connection. You will connect with people who you don't know. So you have to give them the clear picture. You have to give them some sort of a background information. And it's hard for us to understand that because most of our friends and family are the ones who are following us on Facebook and on Instagram. And we feel like they already know that about me. Or I don't want to say that because I'm embarrassed, or I don't want to say this because I don't want to put my dirty laundry out there, right? And the truth of the matter is, you don't have to put out your dirty laundry. You just have to give the, ¿cómo se llama? The illusion or some details that sort of direct to that. You don't have to be specific. You don't have to name people. You don't have to put people under the bus, because just because you've decided to be an open book doesn't mean you have to bring others in there. You must be willing to share information from a freedom point of view, because if you're holding back, then you're not connecting with others in an authentic way. And you'll know if you're being authentic if it hurts for you to share what you're sharing. And if you feel like you got to close your eyes and just press post, because it hurts and it's weird to kind of put your stuff out there. Like, why should you do that? My mom always says, I know, because you always put so much stuff out there. Everybody has to know your life. And in my idea, I'm like, I'm helping somebody see through my eyes what their life can look like in their future. Because today I'm here, but 5 years ago, I was right where they were. So I'm helping them see the bigger picture. I'm helping them have hope for their future. I'm helping them dream again because they lost that. They died, right? When something went bad, they gave up. And I'm here to share with them that I too was there, but I overcame that. And here's why. And I'll take one of those episodes and I will go deeper in that. And I don't have to write a book. I just go into one specific section of that. And sometimes you're going to speak about your triumphs. Sometimes you're going to speak about your challenges. And some of us feel that we need to wait until we're at a specific place in our business. We feel like we need to be in our specific goal with our body and with our weight before we put our triumphs out there, before we put our challenges out there. The truth is, people will connect with you more if you are sharing with them as you go along. Your triumphs today are not going to be your triumphs in 10 years from now. Your triumphs today are not going to be the same ones that you're going to celebrate a month from today. And I'll bring you back. Like, to me, holding a plank for a minute, who cares? I can do that. But when I started my journey, to hold a plank for 6 seconds was an intense sacrifice. That was a challenge. So I needed to make sure that I share with people that, right? I needed to let people know that it was hard for me to do that plank, to do push-ups. It was hard for me to lift up weights. I was the person who didn't lift a gallon of milk. So those are the challenges I faced back then. It would look stupid for me right now to share with people that I can't lift, right? Doesn't make sense. But if I go from my journey, I am able to let them know where I started and where I came from, where I am right now. I was sharing today with one of our coaches the fact that, for example, I am not a picky eater. I'll eat anything as long as it tastes good. Sometimes even if it doesn't taste good, it's food. I'll eat it. I don't have a problem. My issue is learning to portion it, learning to eat at the right time and in the right amount. So if you're a picky eater, you can connect with people who are picky eaters. If you are a glotona, like you like to eat a lot, then you connect with people who are foodies and that love food and that eat with their eyes and that eat with their, So do things that connect in that format and share those things with people. What seems to be absurd or what seems to you like it's just so common. Like, who wouldn't know that you're supposed to eat with like Himalayan salt instead of table salt? And who would not know that, Mrs. Dash is a better choice to make than adobo? Who wouldn't know that using almond milk is better than cow's milk? Who wouldn't know that there's an app that you can use to actually distinguish between the foods and the categories and all of that? And who would even know how to read and understand a label, an ingredient label? Like, there is so much. And if you don't know something and you have a question yourself, like you're thinking of cooking something, you're thinking of eating something, but yet you're not sure if it's the right thing for you to do, then stop and ask yourself, what am I doing right now? What am I looking for? What tool am I using? I should share that, because if it's helping me, it might help somebody else. See what I'm saying? Like, I learned the other day that coconut water was going to help with soreness. I add that to my shake, but I also share that in my groups because I want my people to know that they can also use that. Because if it helps me, I'm sure it's going to help them. But we feel like we're not experts. We're not good enough yet, so we're not going to share anything yet. But yet we're seeing success in our small milestones, so we don't have to hold that back. All we have to do is...
You don't want to get up and walk.
Se prendió esto.
Yeah, he got that in the stomach, right?
Okay, so that's that, okay? And you will create credibility and...
Yeah.
I got a Bluetooth.
No, the music, the speaker.
Oh.
If you can please mute your
Yeah.
call, because I can't present and...
I'm trying to do something. And I need to hear. I can't hear nothing. The volume is on. I still can't hear nothing.
You want my headphones?
Yeah. But the Bluetooth?
I don't know who's listed as Boricua 567, but that's who's unmuted.
Yeah, and I'm trying to mute, but I can't. It's mute.
Yeah.
I can't. I muted her. Okay. All right. Okay. So if you are just starting on your journey, or if you're inviting other people to actually make changes and you're not sharing with them the changes that are happening as they're happening, you're not really being authentic or creating a credibility as far as Is it true what she's saying, or is she really just like doing what other people are doing? So be yourself and be okay with being yourself. And I'm going to repeat this over and over again, because that's where your breakthrough will come. Your breakthrough will come when you decide that you are the face of your business. The breakthrough will come when you decide that you have authority over what it is that you're doing. Your breakthrough will come when you choose to as I said, like, to decide to take ownership about every single step that you're making. You're not doing anything wrong. You're not doing something that is going to harm someone else. You are on a business that is focused on helping others achieve their goals. And if you're scared about putting your face out there, then this is not a business for you, because you're focusing so much on yourself. You're being egotistic. You're being selfish. And a business that is meant to help other people will not help you if you're not willing to actually go out there and help. And the only way you help is by connecting with them. If you're having a hard time connecting with people and understanding the rule of service, that means you're going to give and you're going to give and you're going to give so much that you're not going to expect to receive, because the goal is not to expect immediate gratification. The goal is to give for the purpose of giving. So I want you to read and listen to books that are going to edify you in those areas. So number one, if you're Christian, you have to go back to your Bible. If you need like a go-giver, you can read the first Go-Giver, or you can read Go-Givers Sell More. That will help you understand so much about what it is that we are intended to do. And if you still have an issue with figuring out how to be patient, then go with Identity by T.D. Jakes. Okay? Personal development has helped clarify so many frustrations that I can bang my head against the wall if I take them personal. But because I know that this is not about me, I know it's about others, I'm able to make that shift and that transition. So let's practice. And here's where it gets fun. So in order for you to be able to tell stories, you're going to listen to a lot of people, and you're going to ask interesting questions. And you're going to, while you're doing this, you're going to recognize what it is and how it is that you're adding value to people's lives. You are enriching them, and you're enhancing them, and you're helping them see what they didn't see before this. Okay? So I'm just going to pick anyone from this list, and don't mind if I do. And I literally, I'm going to do this. So, Carmen Garcia, you are unmuted, my love. Why did you become a coach?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are you, sweetie?
Good, and you? First time that I come in here and see everybody.
There you go. And then I choose you.
There you go. Well, the first thing that brought me into Beachbody was to lose weight.
To lose weight. And why did you need to lose weight?
When I started, I was extremely overweight. I was tired. I was frustrated. I was sad. Then I realized that I was depressed. I couldn't take that anymore. And I just thought that losing weight was going to help me get out of all that.
Okay. So what I hear you say is that becoming a coach helped you fight depression and find meaning to your life again.
Yes.
Other than, I mean, there's a whole list of other things that you can go by, but that's one of the reasons, right?
Yes.
Now, if I were to ask you, can you go back and like when you close your eyes and can you think of one of the circumstances that you have gone through in your life that has been definitive, that can be a very good circumstance in your life or something that has like traumatically impacted you?
I went through a few things. The most dramatic thing was when I lost my mother from cancer. That was the one that hurt me the most.
Okay, stop right there. So when you're telling a story about yourself, you connect with a grief, with overcoming grief. If you've never thought that you're constantly overcoming grief, that's something that you have learned to do. Cancer is huge because it took your mom, you know?
Mhm.
So that's something that is there. It's like there. So when it's something that may keep you up at night, it's a feeling that you get for something that happens and you may not want it to happen again, or you feel some sort of way when you hear that word. You know, and I can relate and I can connect because I lost my aunt. I have lost already two of my aunts to cancer.
Mhm.
And it's a horrible disease. So when I see that pink ribbon, it brings back so many emotions. I'm able to connect with women who post about that. Okay.
Right.
So that's your story. And that's only a glimpse of it. You know, those are things that can help you overcome, but it also can help you tell others and connect. And when you're writing, that can help you, you know. You can use that for your Transformation Tuesday. You can use that for your Throwback Thursday, because we do follow that schedule for a purpose and with a reason. Okay.
I haven't done it. I haven't gone into that phase of my life because it includes other people in my family that I am not speaking to right now because of the whole, going through that grief of losing my mom.
But in that same way, number one, there's a way for you to block people if they follow you on Facebook and you don't want them to see what you post. You can block them from specific posts. Number two, you do not have to put a name to anyone. It has to be from your perspective. Like I have overcome a situation where my husband was in a situation that I'm not proud, and he's not out in the public sharing his situation. I'm the one, right, in the public area. So I'm the one who has to speak from my perspective, from my lens, how I was affected without naming or involving anybody else. Do you see what I'm saying? So you leave it kind of like in a vague way, but the person who you're connecting with knows exactly what you're saying. And chances are the person you're going to connect with has nothing to do with your family. It will be a stranger who needs the words you're sharing so that they can too be uplifted. Okay? So think about that a little. And I didn't mean to bring you to a dark moment. You can also think right now to a happy moment, you know, and a moment that made you feel successful and on top of the world, you know, and think of that. What helped? What was one of those occasions for you?
Honestly, recently I haven't felt like that.
But in the past, and when I want you to
in the past, maybe, well, the happiest moment of a mother is having your first, child.
Okay. So here's the thing. You don't always, your present situation is not always going to be crystal perfect. It's not always going to be pink roses and rainbows. Listen, sometimes you have to trigger your own mind to take you to places that will make you happy. And I learned this once when I went to a spa and I was very stressed. And the person who was helping me, she said, I want you to close your eyes and go to your happy place. Go to that happy place where only peace exists. And immediately my guard was let down and I could focus on a happy, peaceful moment. And I felt relaxed. And most of the time when we are stressed in our present circumstances, it is difficult for us to switch in that moment and think of something positive. But if you can go back, maybe even your childhood, if your adulthood has been very difficult, if you can go back to your childhood and think of one memory that has made you happy, I promise you that that's going to uplift you. And try it. And like today I didn't have a throwback Thursday that I could share because I've been going through my own situation. So I use the same thing I'm sharing with you. That's what I use to keep myself up here, because I can't sync with the rest of the world. I got to go up here. And what I did was I went to a childhood memory. What was my favorite stage of my childhood? And I went there, and that helps me uplift my own spirit, because we have control over which switches we turn on and which switches we turn off. Thank you, Carmen. Now I am going to, and I love this, I told you guys we're going to be doing a lot of new things. I'm going to go. Ramba, I can't. Justin, I can't, when I click on the name, it goes, I don't know who's unmuted. Who's unmuted? Who is 646-266-1694?
I'm pretty sure it's the music.
They probably don't even know.
So, any thoughts? Mom, Dad, come quick, it's an emergency.
Anybody? No?
Give us a minute.
All right. I'm going to mute that person. I don't know who they are. Jocelyn? Hi, Jocelyn. Jocelyn? No?
Hi.
Hey, Jocelyn. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Awesome. You've been chosen to be in the hot seat.
Usually I'm on these calls. I always get picked. I don't know why.
No, you came next to the mute. I chose one and I was happy, thinking that they were going to go, and then they didn't speak. Se me fue esto. Okay, so we're talking about circumstances or situations that can help us create stories that will be able to help us to connect with other people in an authentic way. And the best way to do that is by connecting with our personal life and our personal experiences. So if you think about your life 5 years ago, how has it been different from your life right now? Like, how has your life changed?
Yes, a lot. I would say, even though I've always been a faith-filled person, like I always look to God to try to look at the positive side. I know that things happen for a reason. And it's something I repeat a lot and I share it, but there are moments, even when you say it, you don't live it, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think now I'm more in that place when I'm saying it and I'm also living it, as opposed as to before. I was always saying it, blah, 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 but I wasn't, deep down inside, I know I wasn't there.
Right.
So now, yes, even if I'm sad, sometimes I'll share it. I try not to, because I think there's enough negativity and bad stuff already everywhere. So I always try to show a positive side.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, even when I'm not, I always try to find ways to uplift myself, so I don't stay in that level kind of thing. So I'm now living more in a more positive environment, regardless of what's going on around me.
And don't get me wrong, and thank you for sharing that. Don't get me wrong. It's not that we don't go through these emotions and we're now we're superwomen and we're super powerful and we're the most positive people on earth, and we're like even nauseating because everybody's like, no, because you never cry, no, because you never suffer. No, I do. The thing is,
No.
I'm going to show you how I overcome or how I do this. Because the goal for us is not to manipulate anybody into believing that now, we're in this. Some people think this is like a cult, like, oh, no, because now you've been touched by the Kool-Aid, It's not that. The thing is,
Estamos loco ahora.
ahora estamos locos. We don't allow negativity to suck our energy. And how do we do it? We use personal development, and that's when we can share that with our people, as part of our journey. That, being able to stay consistent and to be part of a community of support that does not let you let go or be down, is that you're constantly hearing about things that you can apply in your life. And today I heard that I don't need to feed to my negative energy. All I need to do is blank. And then you share with others what it is that has helped you, and you can impact them, because now what you're sharing is what they will do the day that they confront the same situation you just shared. So if you can think of yourself as someone who is leading by example, think of Macy's on 34th Street, and you're at the window, and people pass by, and you're basically you're the el comercial, you're the billboard of what Macy's looks like. So someone can get the image of what they will get once they walk into Macy's by looking at the window. So that's what you are. You're the window that people need to see of what they have for their future. All right. So I hope you took some notes on how it is that you can share your story, and you don't need to just put, let's say you're working out. You don't need to put a sweaty picture with just, I worked out. You don't need to put just a picture of you holding a cup of coffee. Like, a cup of coffee can help so much, 10 years ago, I didn't even drink coffee. I drink coffee after I started college. And, I can go into a whole different world if I start sharing about my college and all of the things I learned there. I can talk for ages, but make a list of things that make you feel happy, things that make you feel sad. And those emotions mean something in your life, and they will help you connect with other people. You also want to show and tell. And you want Facebook to be exactly who you are. And Instagram, you want it to be who you are. You don't want to sound like Lindsay Madway, and she's an amazing superstar coach. She is in very great physical shape, and she looks like a Barbie. She's beautiful, and the way she speaks is so eloquent, and it's so like, wow. You're like, oh, I'm just gonna copy what she wrote, and I'm gonna put it on my wall, and I'm gonna continue on, and I'll put my sweaty picture there. And then one day somebody meets you in the streets, and here you are talking like you talk, and they're like, oh, but this is not the person I see on Facebook. Oh, this is not the same person I see on Instagram. You want them to relate to you, and even the way you speak, you want them to have that connection, to know that you are like them, because in essence, you are attracting someone that in the end you're going to work with, So don't take it personal if that person didn't like your picture, if that person didn't comment on your picture. You still haven't found the person who's going to join your team and who's going to connect with you. That's your goal. Your goal is to connect with people. And if that's not it, then they keep on walking. I love it when you see people that they're so smiley, and we see this a lot in our community. They're smiley and they seem so approachable, and then when you meet them in person, they turn their face around and they don't even talk to you. I am a very huggy, touchy kind of person, and I have been appalled when I meet people in person, and I am, I'm surprised, because the person I see on Facebook is not the same person I'm seeing in front of me. So that's why I say what I'm saying. You want to be, in a sense, transparent, because, people smell fake from a distance. They will know who's real and who's not. And at the end of the day, here's one thought that came to me when I was at my husband's great-grandmother's funeral. Here we are, and we're remembering her and her good deeds and who she was while she lived, and the legacy she left behind. And everyone had good things to say about her. And she had a certain thing, like everyone that came to her house, she would make something called tortillas, or like torticas in café. So that's a for sure thing that you would get if you came to her house. So she was remembered by someone who was always giving, right? And if you think about yourself, perhaps these people, they're just passing by your Instagram feed. They're just passing by your Facebook feed. But you want to leave a lasting impression on them so that one day when they encounter a situation and they have something that they think, damn man, I wish I had my faith in control. I wish I knew what food to eat. I wish I want to work out, but I just don't know what to do. That you've made a lasting impression on them that is so powerful that they know to come back to your page and get more of what they received. They have that impact in their mind that they can refer you to someone else, because it's not who you are servicing in the now, it's what will come later. I wish we had a magic ball that would tell us, look, you're going to speak to 100 people, and from those 100 people, 50 of them are going to join your team. It's not true. Chances are you're going to speak to 100 people, and from those 100 people, you'll get 2 referrals. And someone will say, hey, go follow so-and-so. She's amazing. She's inspiring. You want to follow her because every single day she posts something that has to do with real life and you can use it. Or you want to go check out so-and-so because every single day she's posting a recipe that you can use because she's Latina, she's a mom, she has 3 kids, she's working full time, she's like you. You know, that's what you want. You want people, you want to leave a lasting impression, whether or not the person joins your team or they're just passing you by. That's the goal of our lives. We're impacting others. I understand that in this business, we say, you know, every month we set ourselves with a goal and we want to go out there and we want to crush our goals. And you see people hitting Success Club 50 and Success Club 70. And you're like, how the heck do they do it? And I can't even get a Success Club 2. Don't focus so much on that. Focus on being consistent with your vital behaviors. Focus on being you and connecting with people for the sole purpose of impacting their lives. Because it's true that the more people you serve, the more people you will help, and the more satisfied you will be at the end of your days. And then the rest will come. Everything will fall into place because there's rules in life. And it doesn't go away from that. All right. Now, I'm going to check the chat because I see. I'm going to go back to the chat in a few because I can't read and talk at the same time. That's a multitask that I would have to learn. All right. So a few tips that you can use to help you communicate your message in a more clear, in a more authentic way is when you can think about moments that bring back pain, and they're called pain points. So, do you feel overwhelmed? Are you overworked? Are you tired and exhausted of being tired and exhausted? I can help you with that. Are you craving sugary food because you had a hard day at work? I have an idea for you. So you want to touch upon those pain points that the person that you were yesterday overcame today. And you can help somebody with whatever it is that you're doing. You want to talk in your real voice. And one tip I got the other day was you can record yourself to a voice note. Your phone comes with like a voice record app. You can record your voice speaking to someone about the program, about what it is that you do as a coach. You can speak to someone about why they need to join your team, and you can speak to this phone and write out your message that you would like to use so that you can invite someone else. And you want it to sound like you, so you record your voice and then you go back and you create sentences out of your message. You can record it and it can like a dictation format. And you can go back and change, make it sentences and add, or if you say like a lot, like, take the likes out and, make it sound like you and put it in proper English. And there you go. That's an idea. When you are going live on your Facebook, when you are on the phone with someone, even when you're messaging privately or you're having that one-on-one conversation with people, don't speak to the whole wide world. Speak to one person, the one you feel comfortable talking to. And if that's your sister, put that sister in your mind and speak to that sister. If that's your best friend, speak to your best friend. You can't imagine that you're speaking to the public because you'll be scared. You'll feel uneasy. But if you're speaking to your best friend or you're speaking to your sister, you're going to speak from your heart, and you're going to speak from a place, from a good place where you want to help and you want to add value, and you don't want them to go the wayside. You want them to go the way that they're going to see success. So put that in your head and go through the genuine path, being yourself. And don't rush anyone. Like, I understand that, you message someone and they came back and they said yes, that they were interested. And then tomorrow you're like, so did you decide? Are you coming back? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? You're dealing with people. You send them a message, you give them 2 days, a day, you follow up. They don't respond. You follow up again. You're doing your job by not only following up with them, but you're setting examples on your feed by sharing stories that relate to that person so that they can come out of their cocoon and connect with you. And then your job is being done. So let them be. The day that it will be their day, you will connect with them again. And whether that is you started the conversation with fitness and now you're talking about their child, then that's okay. That person needs someone to listen to them about their child. And then later on, 6 months from now, 2 years from now, they'll come back to you because now they consider you their friend. They consider you someone that reached out to them in a time of need, and now they're ready to be helped. So they know they can count on you for that because you weren't just there to sell them on something. You weren't there just to go ka-ching on the cash register and let them go. You were genuinely interested in helping them out. So that's how you keep the pipeline going, and that's how you grow a business of helping people. When you write an ad, that means you're writing an invitation for someone else to join you. Read it out loud and ask yourself, does it make sense? Does it sound right? Does it sound like what I am actually offering to somebody else? Am I telling somebody what I can do for them? Because then you're definitely doing your service. You're putting it out there. And your story must be relevant. And we all know that, if we're heading into summer, or whatever we're dealing with, it should stay within whatever we're focusing on. Right now, we're focusing on Memorial Day. We're preparing for the summer. We might be taking trips out of the country, within the country. We might be shopping for new things. We might be spring cleaning. We might be decorating the house. We might be preparing for the birthday of our child. We might be doing date night. We might be searching for a date. We might be getting married. Whatever it is, whatever is happening in your life, that's what your social media platform should project. Not what happened 10 years ago, not what happened to so-and-so, not what happened on the news tonight, or what happened on, I don't even know. It has to be you, because the goal here is you are the face of your business. So you have to be there, present. And people should know that they can come to you. Now, when you're sharing your story, at the end of your story, there has to be something that transitions people to let them know that you want them to do something. So if this sounds like something that you can relate to, comment below or message me. Let's connect. If you have been in a situation where you've also felt like you were ready to give up, and you're ready to face your fears, let's talk. I'm ready to help you if you are. And you sort of tell them, look, I understand you're in this situation, but hold my hand. I'm ready to hold you. And this is what I'm going to do for you. And always bring them back to what it is that you're offering them as support and for help. and then be there to do that for them. And use what you've already achieved to share with them, like the call to action. So if you're ready to be Summer Strong, comment below, message me, inbox me, tag a friend, and let's do this together. Always ask them to take the next step so that you can go forward. Okay, guys? So that's the gist of our goal today. To share, that to help us all understand that we are storytellers. I'm going to go back and read your messages or questions. I can't go up. Okay. So I understand that, I hope, Jocelyn, that right now sharing is actually you're feeling more confident after tonight, because in all honesty, it's never going to get easier. I had a conversation with someone today that, they're waiting for the day they feel confident to pick up the phone and call someone, and that day is never going to come. The only way you're going to get stronger and more confident is the day you actually continue to do things. I remember when I hosted my first team call, I almost peed on my pants. I was so nervous. I didn't even know. And the more I did it, the more comfortable I became. The person you see right now isn't the person who started as a team leader. But I knew that if I want my team to grow, and if I want to be the person who can lead by example and tell others that they can do it, I know I have to do it first. So if you want to grow and you want to attract people that are more like you, then you have to be willing to put yourself out there. If not, you're going to spend your time going around in a circle, and wonder, why isn't this working for me? And it's working for somebody else. Somebody else is constantly looking for improvement, for growth, for learning tips and ideas in areas that they are lacking in, not where they're strong, where they're lacking, so that they can put that in practice. All right, guys, if you have any questions for me, please post them. Sometimes my followers don't read my long posts. So if you notice how I write my post, and Instagram is very picky. And I separate my stuff for Instagram, and it still jumbles it all in. So I have to Google to see how on earth am I supposed to write my paragraphs in Instagram so that they stay separated, because I'm able to do it on Facebook, and I'm able to indent my text. But with Instagram, it all jumbles it up as a big, huge paragraph. And it's true. People don't read. That's why your images, your pictures have to pop. Your images have to be either with words, they have to be bright, they have to be colorful, they have to be meaningful, because that's what's going to have someone stop and look at the picture and then read. And most likely, Katie Ersta, I think, said this, the first 2 lines of your post is what people will read first. And if that captures them, they'll continue reading. And usually you do 2 lines, break, 2 lines, break, 2 lines, break. Facebook allows you. Instagram, we still have to figure that one out. I put the period in between, and it still doesn't work. It used to let me do the period in between, but not anymore. So, no sé. If you have any questions, we can go over it. Let me know, and I'll continue sharing. Try to keep it short and simple. I like that. Keep it short and simple and to the point, relatable. That's all we need. All right. Alrighty, my friends. Well, have yourself a wonderful night. I think we covered a lot in this small amount of time, and it's time for us to go do what we were meant to do, which is go help others and save lives. All right, everyone, have a very good night. Bye-bye.